Fire District regular session, October 16th, 2024, 7 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mr. Anderson.
Here.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Mr. Adams.
Here.
Mr. Wayman.
Here.
Mr. Sill. Mr. Donaldson.
Okay, at this time we will please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just in time.
I just want to give you a couple minutes, Ms. Damey, get things together. No problem.
Yep.
Perfect.
How was the weather down south?
It is beautiful. It's miserable here. It's cold. Okay. So we're gonna do some swearing in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. At this time, I'd like to say that we will be swearing in 4 part-time folks tonight to help us out here at the Madison Fire District. And we're happy for that, obviously. And I'd like to turn it over to our chief, Justin. If you have a few words to say about this.
Yeah, we've, this is, some of them are very new, some of them have been working for a little bit, so this is somewhat of a catch-up swearing in as well. So thank you all for coming. We can do them one at a time, Stacy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So if Robert wants to come up first.
There he is.
Okay, Robert, you're going to raise your right hand and then repeat after me, okay? I, Robert Brecker,
I, Robert Brecker,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and will obey
and will obey
the laws of the United States
the laws of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
that I will,
that I will,
in all respects,
in all respects,
observe the resolutions and policies
observe the resolutions and policies
of the Madison Fire
of the
District
Madison Fire District,
and will faithfully,
and will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
the duties of part-time firefighter paramedic.
the duties of
Part-time.
part-time firefighter paramedic.
Congratulations. Okay, thank you.
Robert.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Alyssa? Hi. Okay, same thing. Raise your right hand and repeat after me, okay? I, Alyssa Corsi,
I, Alyssa Corsi,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the
that I
Constitution
will support the Constitution
and will obey the laws
and will obey the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
that I will,
that I will,
in all respects,
in all respects,
observe the resolutions and policies
observe the resolutions and policies
of the Madison Fire
of the
District
Madison Fire District,
and will faithfully,
and will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
the duties of part-time firefighter paramedic.
the duties of part-time firefighter paramedic.
Congratulations.
Thank Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
Dylan, you're next. Hi, Dylan.
Hello.
All right, Repeat after me.
All
Raise
right.
your right hand, okay?
All right.
I, Dylan Gamber,
I, Dylan Gamber,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and will obey the laws
and will obey the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of
and
Ohio,
the state of Ohio,
and that I will,
that I will,
in all respects,
in all respects,
observe the resolutions and policies
observe the resolutions and policies
of the Madison Fire District
of the Madison Fire District,
and will faithfully,
and will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
the duties of part-time firefighter EMT.
the duties of part-time firefighter EMT.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Dylan, you can do this for me, right? That's okay. Right there. Hey, Daniel. You ready? Yeah. You know the right after watching everybody else. You should be repeating it by yourself now. Okay. I, Daniel Clems,
I, Daniel Clems,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and will obey the laws
and will obey the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of
and
Ohio,
the state of Ohio,
that I will,
that I will,
in all respects,
in all respects,
observe the resolutions and policies
observe the resolution and policies
of the Madison Fire District
of the Madison Fire District,
and will faithfully,
and will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
the duties of part-time firefighter paramedic.
the duties of part-time firefighter paramedic.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Sign right there and right there. Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're all welcome to stay if you want for the meeting, but if you'd like to get pictures as well outside with the trucks, I recommend that as well. Thank you.
No, you don't need to. Yours kind of goes with it.
Okay. Okay.
We'll do it then, yeah. Okay, that went off well, and thank you, Ms. Dame. We will now move into our other business, and we'll begin by the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting from the September 18th, 2024 meeting. Do I hear a motion on the minutes?
Yeah, that motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I have a requested revision where we went into executive session, and it's mentioned on here. I just have to find on here where it is.
Take the last page.
Yep, I'm getting there. It says a motion was made to adjourn into executive session as noted on the agenda. We have to specifically reference why we went into executive session, and we did that in the meeting. And just for reference and for revision purposes, it was for personnel, specifically employment, discipline, compensation, and investigation of complaints against employees per ORC 121.22G1. On the agenda, we actually had another reason for going into executive session, which was 121.22G3, conference with attorney to discuss imminent court action. That wasn't part of the motion for when we went in last meeting, and we did not discuss anything related to that. So it was just that first part, but I think the meeting minutes need to reflect that we made the specific motion for that personnel and the reasons we went in.
Okay, should we redo the minutes then, or just scratch that off here?
I can revise it as long as you say that you approve them
Right.
with
With
the
that amendment,
revision.
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay, so we need probably a new
Take back that
motion
motion.
to approve section what Stacy?
Right, the meeting minutes as amended to reflect that we went into executive session for personnel, specifically employment discipline, compensation, investigation of complaint against employee per ORC 121-22G1.
Okay, I will remove my second
Okay,
for, under the original.
right.
So you can remove your first, and then we'll as amended.
We need to
However.
vote on their removals, don't we?
Well, you can just, I think, make a first
Okay,
to
just-
accept the revised.
Just the
you know,
revised.
As I
Right.
stated, yeah.
So,
Make
yes.
motion
Yes.
accepting the revised.
That's what we'll do.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and a second.
Yeah.
And is there any discussion, any more discussion? Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Abstain.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Wayman?
Yes. Okay, now we'll move to bills and payroll, and the bills are in the amount of $129,903.02. The payroll is $258.91, and that totals out to $340,161 and 96 cents,
Yes.
Yes, no, 93 cents. I'm so sorry.
93,
No,
Just-
6.
okay.
$340,161.93
cents.
93 cents. Okay. Do we have any discussion on this, Joanne? Any things that stand out, or?
The only things that were standing out for that one is we did pay the second half of our dispatching fee. That was $63,997.16. And then we had Countryside for the repairs to 2113. And Johnson Controls was $7,050, was for the gloves and hoods, which they received grant reimbursement for.
Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion on the bills and payroll?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion on the $340,161.93.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Wayman?
Yes.
Mr. Adams?
Yes.
Okay, we'll move now to the September financial report. Ms. Clapp?
Sure, I'm reading from the fund summary. We started September with $7,694,044.92. Our revenue was $121,333.63. Our year-to-date revenue is $5,152,960.34. Again, our month-to-date bills was $340,161.93. Our year-to-date expenditures is $3,135,622.22, and we beginning October unencumbered balance of $7,475,216.62.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for Joanne this evening? Thank you. Okay, we'll move now to our opening public portion. Anyone from the public available?
Nobody online tonight, and we've enabled a new public chat feature as well, but nobody tonight.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll move now to legal counsel. Stacy Dane.
Thank you. The only thing I have this evening is I do have a request for an executive session. The personnel, again, employment discipline, compensation, investigation of complaint against employee per ORC 121-22G1. We do have the chief's performance evaluation to discuss as part of that discussion this evening.
Okay, so we'll have an executive session at the end. All right, we'll move now to old business. Station 2, meeting consideration is on the agenda. I guess it's been past practice that we've had at least one meeting a year there, usually in the summer.
Right.
But what's the board's feelings?
Well, we could have it anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, no matter me.
Yeah, this,
I'd be okay with it. Whenever, the next meeting is fine if we want to do that.
Well,
I mean,
the issue with the winter months is we're in the bay and
Yeah.
the heater comes
Right.
on, and then it's very difficult to hear, so that would
It
be
is.
the only thing that
And the
may
holidays,
prevent
too.
us from
Maybe next
wanting
year.
to do that.
well, yeah.
But we
maybe-
just wanted to get it on the record what the board's pleasure is to
Yeah.
do about it.
Okay.
Do we want to waive it until the spring, or?
I think we'll waive it till
Till the spring.
warmer weather returns.
I agree with that.
Next year,
Fine.
early summer, perhaps. We kind of missed it this year. We
Yep.
missed our window, I think.
Right.
Okay, we'll do that then. And under new business, we have Resolution 24-23, that's to surplus the 2007 HME vehicle and Genesis extraction equipment. Do we have those? two
So-
resolutions?
There's a little bit of difficulty with this, and I didn't become aware of it till today. So Chief had sent information over to me before I left the office, and I've been out of the office for a week, asking for the surplus resolution. I prepared the surplus resolution based on the information that I had, which was going to be an attached list and exhibit of all the gear and equipment, which was going to be finalized, and then also the surplus of the 2007 engine. The email that I received indicated that that was going to be surplused and, gave a price and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And now there's two different resolutions on the agenda. One is for those items, and then another is sale of vehicle and equipment to Harpersfield. And then when looking at the meeting minutes from last month, in your chief's report or in discussion about it, you
Yeah.
were indicating that it was your wish to kind of sell that equipment or that engine to Harpersfield.
Right.
So there was a little bit of confusion in my mind as to, are these the same items? Are they different items? And which one are you doing? And with the value that you quoted me in the email, we're not going to be able to do that to Harpersfield for that value. When we've done it, political subdivision to political subdivision in the past, it was really because the items that we were talking about didn't really have a true value, or, they really weren't going to fetch anything in a sale, and we were almost kind of donating them or giving them to another entity.
Right.
So I guess I needed just more direction, and it would make me feel more comfortable, and I think it would be more transparent if we handled that in the next meeting once we really had the details of that resolution and the transaction pinned down. So I don't know what you were looking for in that. If you want to kind of give me an idea, we can have more discussion about it.
Sure. Yeah, no, we were looking to surplus the engine, and I've had conversations with Chief Henry next door and his employees, or not his employees, but his I guess staff over there came over to look at the engine. We discussed it with our mechanic as well about value and what it's needed, and it needs the same amount of work that our other engine we just got done refurbishing, which we haven't done with this one yet. So it was going to a good home. The goal was to surplus the engine along with some various tools and surplus items that we deemed we didn't need anymore, along with the Genesis tools, which were the Jaws of Life, our old Jaws of Life, and kind of package it up. And the goal was to surplus it all and then turn around and then put it in a resolution to sell it to Harpersfield Fire, their volunteer fire department, where they would take on the engine, take the tools, and then they would have to do all the repairs and all the upgrades that engine's going to need, which is roughly in the $30,000 to $40,000 range to make that engine whole again. But again, the thinking was it's going to a good home, and it's going to eventually come back to help us through mutual aid at some point. So, and we've always had a good working relationship with Harpersfield, and also we've sold an engine to Geneva in the past as well, or one of our old Darleys, for around the same price. So we thought that was fair as far as the market value.
Mhm.
Well, the engine might be one thing, but all the other gear is what's taking it up to the higher level. I mean, because if it's under, if the engine's going to be under, $2,500, then that's not really an issue for the engine to Harpersfield. So I guess I just need more specifics maybe on
The cost?
the differentiator itemized for each
Yeah.
thing, just to see what, if anything, you can do department to department in that transfer and,
Right.
kind of get some of the stuff or the more needed stuff like the engine
Yeah.
to them.
The engine, we were looking online at Gov Deals and trying to get a range with stuff, and it's very difficult to pin down because of the mileage, different types of years on there. Our Countryside or mechanic said that's probably worth between $10,000 and $20,000 on the open market, so we kind of settled at 15. The Genesis tools, the last time we put it on Gov Deals, sold for I believe around $3,600, so we just rounded it up to 4, and we figured about $1,000 for the miscellaneous tools and everything. So we kind of came to around $20,000 for that whole package deal. So that was the logic in there.
Okay. So, Ms. Dame, you suggest we wait till the next meeting? Or
Yeah,
could we
I
do
would
this
suggest we
tonight?
wait, and that way, because I've, been handled the exact, list of the equipment this afternoon. And that way we can, frame it, because like I said, when I prepared the resolution for this evening, I prepared it surplusing those items as we've done in the past and, putting them on Gov Deals and having it offered at the public auction. So I think that's definitely how we need to proceed and
Okay.
how I would recommend proceeding.
I have to agree with it.
We'll bring this up in November, and we'll have the resolutions ready to go at that point, I assume.
Yes.
All right, with that being done, is there any other new business? We'll move into the chief's report at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This month we have anniversaries. 3 of our newest people. Firefighter Gabe Anania has 1 year. Firefighter Jamie Brigette has passed her 1 year as well. And firefighter Brandon No has been with us 1 year as well. The budget overview, as Joanne mentioned, we've collected about 116% of our tax revenue this year. EMS revenue, we've collected on almost 98%, and we have 3 more months to go. We've spent about 62% of our budget through 9 months, so we're doing okay there. We do have a couple of heavier months coming up with the bond payment and then with some of the holiday payments in December, so that'll definitely catch up a little bit more. Staffing overview, it's still fairly stable. The officers a few weeks ago recommended we're going to do a new testing process for the open full-time position. So there'll be a slight increase in overtime, but we do have a good stable of part-timers to pick up shifts. In the meantime, we are hiring another one, and we have one that's onboarding right now. Call volume. Last month we had 280 calls for service, and just for reference, we had 380 the month before. So I'm sure that was a welcome change for the crews to have a little bit. That's probably our lowest month to date as far as September. We're on pace for about 3,900 calls, and of course last year we did about 3,720. Fire inspections, they're ongoing and they're in your folder. I believe the Great Lakes building did pass their communications test today, so they should be coming up to a full occupancy here. Captain Sopko's been talking with them and guiding them through that process. Vehicles, again, we are requesting we surplus the 2007 HME that Stacy did reference a little bit ago and we discussed to Harpersfield. My new vehicle is on order, unknown time of delivery. I did talk to Andrew Keats last month, which is the sales rep that deals with some of the public entities, and he wasn't sure. It hadn't been picked up. They call it being picked up and sent down the line, and it hasn't done that yet, so it's still 30 to 60 days out once that happens. One of our older chase vehicles had the transmission issue, and we took it out to Blood's Transmission, and I think it's near Plymouth or Kingsville, and it had repairs done at the cost of $5,485. So that's going to go eventually to the inspection division, and then I will eventually replace that one with a new chase for Station 2 next year in our budget. They did do a few other items while they had it up on the lift. They did some of the exhaust, the sway bar, solenoid, and some of the technology that goes with those vehicles. It's one of the Ford Interceptors. the Explorers. Buildings, nothing really to report, just some ongoing cleaning and landscaping. We're still trying to get our tractor down there to finish up the rock down there that we've done up here, and made some more streamlined improvements up front there. Some of the officer recommendations. We're going to begin a new process for a new shirt design. Firefighter Maskell's here tonight. He's roaming around, but he started a project a little while ago called Look Good, Feel Good. So we're looking to design a new T-shirt for our staff, along with a new FD patch to go along with one of these shirts here. The design's over here. So it's been it's been over a decade since we've done the patch. So usually every 10 to 20 years, departments kind of go and redesign one and kind of do a refresh. The donation that we received, the large one we just received last month that you all approved, the officers made a recommendation, and I have talked to both bargaining unit presidents as well to see what kind of options and what they want to do with the money. One of the ideas was to remove the bell, or to transfer the bell from old Station 1 out front there to bring it back up here, and somewhere out front there. So I'm going to talk to maybe Trevor Beam and maybe Jason over at the village, and I don't know if the village has to approve, make a resolution to allow us to bring that up here. So I guess I'll bring that up for discussion if you gentlemen have anything to add about moving the bell.
Guess we can check on that.
Gotcha.
You know how people are about their bells. So
I know.
I have to check.
Have to check on everything, so I understand. So we'll discuss that further as we go, but they did make that recommendation to venture into that process and see if we can do that and get it back up here to the headquarters. We did begin submitting documents and discuss options with the family for Lieutenant Van Kramer to honor him at Emmitsburg, Maryland at the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation Memorial next May. We're currently submitting grants for new gear and radios in the neighborhood of $75,000 to $100,000. We were denied the federal AFG grant for air packs, which was around $200,000. They went several rounds and we just didn't make the cut this year. So we'll try again next year. Our air packs don't time out until 2027, so we have 25, 26, and technically 27 to reapply. So we'll keep that in mind in the budget, but hopefully we get, we're just gonna keep going for it and see if we can get something out of it. And then Captain Sopko was getting a new transformer replaced in our fire alarm panel. I think it was in the $1,500 range, so that I believe that's all set and taken care of, if I'm not mistaken. You can chime in, Terry, if you want.
I actually just talked to them yesterday. They're still waiting for it to arrive.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's still on.
So it should be here, we're thinking within the next week.
Okay, very good, thank you. So that was an unfortunate repair we had to do, so. And that is all I have at the moment. I'll entertain any questions. Actually, no, never mind, I have a few more. Sorry about that. Some other items, Joanne and I met with Mr. Sill about the budget, our planning for future capital items such as ambulances, chases, air packs, and radios. The budget looks solid at the moment. We did discuss possibly some funding options maybe later next year or the year after as far as levies and such, but we may have to have some type of maybe a workshop meeting with everybody to discuss that option. But for next year, I think we're in good shape for now. Central Communications contract we received, but we have some questions for them. That meeting is next Wednesday. So hopefully next month I'll have something ready for you guys to approve at the board meeting in November. And again, they have the pricing for next year's user's fee, which is in the $133,000 range, which is about 3 to 4% more than last year. And then there's also a FSA, which is the station alerting that goes off to let everybody know which station's going and if they have a call. There's also a new fee for that as well that the East End Chiefs are working on a formula. So that'll be coming up as well. I attended the Northeast Ohio Fire Chiefs Association at Red Hawk a couple weeks ago. The state fire marshal was there discussing some of the things they're working on at the state. He was also on a phone call with the mayor, or Governor DeWine at the time, so he was a little bit late to the meeting, but nice gentleman, and he gave us some updates on what they're doing with training and their funding for grants and so on. So And the Marks grant we're applying for, which we're using it for radios this time, was the number of dollars available was bumped up significantly. So I believe it was in the maybe 20 to 25,000 range before. Now it's in the 50,000 range. So hopefully we're lucky with that one as well. Training updates. We did have the power plant annual update complete with Jerome. Some of the quarter four training we're working on. We have all the HR training sent out to all the staff. It's roughly 4 to 5 hours for the firefighters, and then about 8 hours of supervisor training, if I'm not mistaken, Cap. And then we have some live fire training we're trying to set up as well with some vehicles. And then also we have inquiry about donating a house on River Road. We went out and visited it today, and it looks very promising. So we'll be talking with the homeowner to see if we can do something with that with them. And also CBiz, which is our insurance broker for medical and medical, life, dental, and vision. They came back with some preliminary quotes. To stay with our current rate or our current insurance company, it was about a 21% increase, which is pretty significant. There was a couple other options on there. The ladies are going back with MMO to try to get it more competitive, if you will. So once I get all the numbers finalized with them, I will reach out to the representatives for the board that sit on the healthcare committee, and then get in touch with President Brewer over there, and we'll sit down and discuss those options with the healthcare committee per the contract as well. So, and that is all I had to share. I will entertain any questions.
Gentlemen, any questions for the chief? No. Okay, thanks, chief.
You're welcome.
All right, we will have the closing public portion now. Is anyone online for comment or?
Yes, sir. No comments this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Closing board comments.
Nope.
Okay, at this time I would request executive session to discuss personnel.
Yes, employment, discipline, compensation, and investigation of complaint against employee, ORC 12122G1.
Okay, if someone would like to make a motion. to
Yeah, that motion.
I'll second it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Okay, we will, it's 7:34, say, because that clock's slow.
You do need a roll call, Mr. Chairman.
And we will adjourn into executive session with no business to be.
Potential business, but we do need a roll call to go into executive
Okay.
session.
Roll call, please. Thanks.
Mr.
Thanks.
Wayman.
Yes.
Mr. Adams.
Yes.
Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody good? I'd like to call the meeting back to order. The time is 8 o'clock. We met in executive session and we discussed personnel. And at this time, we have a resolution we'd like to have Ms. Dane read.
Okay, this will be resolution number 24-23. This is a resolution authorizing the hiring of Stephanie Landgraf, Esquire, as special legal counsel, establishing hours and rate of pay. This would be for the purpose of investigating complaints against and involving employees of the Madison Fire District. And this would be at an hourly rate of $2.25 an hour and not to exceed $3,000, or she'll come back for additional approval from the board.
Okay. Do I hear a motion accepting
So
the resolution?
I'll second.
Bob Lee. and Mr. Anderson. Any further discussion on this? Roll call, please.
Mr. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Mr. Donaldson? I'm sorry, Mr. Wayman.
Yes.
I'm in my glasses.
Okay, at this juncture, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Anderson, is there a second? Mr. Lee? Meeting's adjourned, and it's, roll call.
Mr. Wayman?
Yes.
Mr. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Anderson?
Yes.
Mr. Lee?
Yes.
Okay, the meeting is the meeting's adjourned at 8:02. A little rough tonight. Thank you, everyone.